Hey everybody, this is Matt and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to do a video where I make the much misunderstood Marauder. Okay, so I'm not going to build the entire guitar, but the Fender Marauder is a fascinating footnote in guitar building history and certainly Fender history. They're available now through the custom shop, and they might have some other ones that are, Marauders that are in the regular production. But back in the day when this guitar was originally designed, they only made a few of them, and you have to be like Eric Johnson to have one, or Joe Bonamassa, or I know Eric Johnson has one. I don't know if Joe Bonamassa has one yet, but I guess there's like half a dozen of these floating around, maybe more. You guys probably know more about it than I do. But like I say, I urge you to deep dive into the Fender Marauder, and because of all the history that surrounds this guitar. And I was about to say peculiar guitar, but it's really not very peculiar. This is a template for the Fender Marauder. Now, I'm going to leave links below in the description to who made these templates and where we got them and where you guys can get them too if you want to make your own Marauder, or if you want to have us build you a Marauder, we'd be happy to do that too. Okay, so this is the template that we got for building Marauders, and then as we are wont to do, we modified that. So you'll notice this has Now there's, boy, like I say, dig into the Marauder history. The one that we're going to be replicating has pickups that you would normally see on a guitar, but the original one, or maybe it was the Marauder 2, all the pickups were underneath the pickguard, but these are going to be exposed pickups, and this one is cut for Jaguar pickups. So this is one of the few designs that kind of recycled some of the hardware from previous guitars. So this has Jaguar pickups, and then this template is cut for a Mustang bridge. We're going to use Strat pickups and a Jazzmaster bridge. So let me show you what we did here. As you can see, we've got the Jazzmaster bridge cut out here, and we have elongated and we've put this triangle into the back of the pickups there, so a Strat pickup can plop right in. However, the Marauder, we chose to put this slot on the bottom rather than go through the center, just because it made life easier for working with all of the stuff that we could potentially go with. So we've got the Jazzmaster pickguard, control cavities. This thing is positively brimming with control cavities. And another thing I'm going to leave in the description below is a link to, there's a fellow who makes all the plates for these, so if you want to reproduce a Marauder, you can certainly do so. This is a cool guitar, you guys. We're going to be using a piece of swamp ash from my good friend Dan at Guitar Wood Experts. Also, link in the description below. This is a 3-piece body. Let me get it in the camera there. But man, it sure looks good. So it actually looks suitable for sunburst if you didn't want to paint it Fiesta red or whatever color you wanted to paint it. So yeah, check out Dan at GWE. Okay, enough with the bullshit talk. Let's get to work. All right, I got my template on my blank here, and I've got the center line more or less in the center of the blank. And the first thing that we are going to do is trim off everything that doesn't look like a Marauder on the bandsaw. This is a big body too, you guys. It's considerably bigger than like a Strat, or certainly a Strat or a Telecaster. This blank is 14 1/4 inches, and the lower section here barely fits. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut all of this stuff away on the bandsaw. All right, I've got the template attached to the body blank that we just took off the bandsaw, and I got my handles here attached to the template, so you know what time it is. It's time to fire up the shaper, and I'm going to make sure that the camera is turned on this time because I know you guys like to watch the shaper in action. A lot of people think that the pin router is my favorite tool in the shop for shaping bodies. The fact of the matter is that for shaping bodies, the shaper is far and away my favorite tool. Now, when it comes to putting in neck pockets and control cavities and stuff like that, the pin router is absolutely my favorite. So let's go there now. So the neat part, guys, about the pin router is that the pin that follows the template is actually on the bottom. So I have these templates set up to do multiple things. The perimeter cut of the body is all done with one depth of the template, and the neck pocket and pickups and everything are done with another depth. So the pin just will follow these, and you can set the height of the pin. You guys already know all this stuff, but in case you're just now joining us, this is your first video that you're watching, you're going to get a crash course in pin routing. So the pin router is going to follow all of these patterns here, and because they don't go all the way through, we have to set the pin to just the right height. The first thing we want to do is clean up these edges that the shaper missed. The shaper has a 3-inch cutting head and it won't get into these contours here. So we got to clean up this little bit here and this little bit here. Okay, gang, this is the pin that follows the template. And what I want it to do now is be low enough to slide into the neck pocket cavity. It's going to follow this neck pocket perfectly and impart it onto my body. In fact, it's going to follow all of these control cavity routes and put it on the top of the body. And you'll get to see that right now. All right, the neck pocket is 5/8 deep, which is perfect for Fender necks, and it fits a Stratocaster neck just perfectly. It's a little snug, but not too snug. Now we're gonna go ahead and put all the other ones in, and this is where the pin router really, really shines, you guys. So I get a lot of questions about my beloved pin router, and people ask me, what does it do? Is it better than a CNC machine? I get people who offer me advice on the pin router, and I get people who say, why don't you just upgrade to a CNC anyway? So let's go ahead and address some of that right now. You guys already know that the pin router is in fact called a pin router because it's a router with a pin. And you have just seen with your own eyes what it does. I gotta get my danger glasses off here. So, you know, I never set out to be an expert at pin routing. I don't think I am one. I do know that if you do a YouTube search for pin router, it's very likely that one of my videos will be in the top 5 anyway, which doesn't really mean anything, but it means that, but what I will tell you is that I do love using this tool. It's fast and it's kind of scary, and man, it works great. To the people who say you should get dust collection for your pin router, there's actually a dust system for this, but because we're working with so many different, you know, curves and things, it'll throw dust this way, and then it'll throw dust this way, and then over that way, and back that way, and up and down and all around. I have found after more than half a decade of using my beloved pin router that the best way for me is to not use the dust hood and to just wear a dust mask and sweep up afterward. That's really the hot ticket as far as I'm concerned. If you guys want to go get your own pin router, you can do whatever you want. Let's see. Why don't I just get a CNC machine? You know, I like the connection to the old school factory tools, and the pin router is absolutely an old school factory tool. If you watch some of those old videos, you know, back in the 60s, you'll see pin routers at every guitar factory. Even well into the 80s, pin routers were being used. So I like the connection to the old stuff. I like the way that it kind of binds me to the piece. I don't have any problem with CNC machines. I just don't think that they're quite as sexy as the pin router. Now, are they faster? Maybe. Are they safer? Probably. Are they more accurate? Sure. But I don't have any issues at all with the accuracy that I get from my pin router. It's just a way of, you know, it's not that okay, everybody gets this wrong. They think I hate CNC. I don't. I don't have the skills to operate a CNC machine, but I do have the skills required to operate a pin router. I think they're really cool. I like talking with the old school guys too. Do yourself a favor, if you ever get a chance to talk to someone who worked in a factory back in the day, don't miss the opportunity to talk to them about the way that they did stuff. You know, even when stuff comes out of the CNC machine, you still have to, you know, it'll come out looking like this, or maybe it'll have the contours and stuff. You still have to build the rest of the guitar. So the old school guys knew a lot of tricks, and take advantage of their wisdom and their knowledge, even if they don't use the same tooling that you use or want to use. But the pin router is a fantastic tool. I love it. I think it's super sexy, and I hope you guys dig it too. Okay, so there we have it, a mostly completed Ash Marauder body. The last thing that we have to do is put the 3/8 round over on it and the comfort contours, but I'm going to wait until tomorrow and have Chris do that because I don't want him to miss out on all the fun. But you guys kind of get an idea now of what the Marauder is and what's happening here. There's so much going on. Like I said, I urge you to do some deep diving into the history of the Fender Marauder because it's almost as good as the Gibson Modern. Okay, so yeah, and like I said, there's links in the description below, all the tools that we used, all the templates that we used, all the places that we got them from. If you want to build your own, if you want to have us build you a Marauder body or anything else, please give us a call at Texas Toast Guitars. You can also get us on email through texastoastguitars.com. We'd love to hear from you guys. So if you like this video, give me the thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, well, I almost dropped it, hit the subscribe button, and be sure to click the little bell icon, ding-a-ling-a-ling, because that will let you know about all the other cool stuff that we have going on. And guys, we do cool stuff like this all the time. If you appreciate content like this, you might want to go over to our Patreon page and consider becoming a member. Even $1 a month goes a long way to helping us bring you guys neat stuff like this. But if you can't do Patreon, I totally get it, guys. Just help me grow the channel by sharing this video as many places as you can think of. If you have 10,000 friends, send the video to them. Help us grow the channel that way. It really, really helps. So until next time, this is Matt at Texas Toast reminding you that if you're so smart, build it yourself. That's what I do. Thanks for watching, y'all.